And you're going to have specific heat times mass times your change in temperature. Okay, and Q is heat. Okay, so first let's look at this part right here. Anytime they're asking you for joules, calories, kilojoules, kilocalories, all of that is heat. Okay, and so that's going to be represented by your Q. Okay, well, what about your mass? How much are they giving you?
5 grams of water.
Yep, and so that's my mass. And then here I have my initial temperature going to my final temperature. Now remember that everyone should be looking up here and doing this together. You need to have your calculator out. Remember your delta temperature is that final temperature minus the initial. So 25 minus 75, and this is going to be in Celsius. What is your temperature? 25 minus 75 is giving you what temperature? Everyone should be unplugged. Unplugged.
Is that the formula that's on top of here? The T equals T final.
Your final minus your initial temperature. Guys, we need to all be unplugged. Alexander, sit up straight and pay attention and unplug. Alexander, sit up straight. This is just an example. Yes, I said that earlier. Okay. Guys, I know it's been after testing week, but we need to get back on track, huh?
The temperature is not going to be in Celsius, it's going to be in Kelvin. Right?
It's going to be in Celsius.
Oh, so the temperature is always
For this one, for specific heat, because your units in specific heat are being given in Celsius.
Okay.
So you're going to
If
keep it
they're
in
not given
Celsius.
Then it's so
Only if they give you a specific heat in Kelvin, but usually for now we're going to be using Celsius. Okay, now in gas laws, yes, you're going to change it to Kelvin, but in this one you're not, okay? Now that's a good question. Okay, so now when it's telling you specific heat, oh, what was my temperature? 25 minus 75 is? Negative 50. Okay, and so that's your temperature in Celsius. And they're giving you the specific heat right here, right? So if I'm looking for heat, which is my Q, what's my formula? If I cover that Q, what's the rest of my formula?
CP times
Q is heat, miss?
times M times
Very good. Okay, and yeah, so you're finding your Q, or you're finding your heat. Okay, so now CP, what's my number for CP?
What is CP?
That's your specific heat. So what's my number for specific heat?
So 4.8.
A little hint on knowing what your specific heat is, it always has 3 units. Okay? All right, so that's my CP. What's my mass?
5 grams.
5 grams, very good.
Do we have
And
a unit
what was
for
my,
water?
always put your units. No, you don't have to write the water, but it's in grams. And what's your temperature? Your change in temperature, negative 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now you can actually take out these units, so your answer is going to be in joules. So now let your fingers do the walk-in. 4.18 times 5 times negative 50. How much is that? Use the calculator, mijo.
1,045.
Christian, use the calculator. Huh?
Negative 1,045.
Negative 1,045 joules. Very good. But you see how you're just plugging in, just the way you did with density, just the way you did with molarity. Same with molarity by dilution. You need to know what unit goes with what letter, right? Or variable. Okay, let's go to your...
Miss, if they only give you joules, is that...
Where's my other slide? Assignment. Whoops. Joules is heat. Okay. So now let's look at your page. Look at number 1. What is it that they're giving you?
Grams.
And so grams is?
Mass.
It's my mass. Very good. What is the next thing they're giving you? And that's my Q, or my heat, right? Okay, what's the next thing they're giving you?
Temperature.
Okay, and so what are you going to do to that temperature?
Minus 175 from 25. Or,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 25.
Because 175 is your final minus your initial. So what's my change in temperature? Not
150.
negative. 150. Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay. So what are we looking for?
See
The specific heat. So we're looking for CP, right? Remember, you're going to cover that. So now what's my formula to find specific heat?
heat divided over m times temperature.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Times your change in temperature. Now, before we plug in, don't forget that when you're doing this, you're going to multiply these two. Whatever that answer is, you're going to clear the calculator. Then this answer divided by this answer, that will give you the specific heat. Okay?
So you divide first.
No, you can't divide first. You have to multiply
I mean multiply. That's
mass times the change in temperature and get that answer. And then this answer divided by that answer.
So heat
Okay?
divided
So let's
by
plug that in. What's my heat? 1086.75, and this is my joules, right? What's my mass?
15.75.
15.75, and this is in grams, right? What's my delta temperature? A change in temperature. The 150 degrees Celsius, correct? So now do 15.75 times 150. What's my answer for that?
2,362.5.
Okay, did everybody get that?
Yeah.
62.5? Okay, so now you're going to clear the calculator and you're going to do the 1086.75 divided by the 2,362.5. And what is that going to give you? Point what?
46.
So 0.46 joules per grams times degrees Celsius. This is my specific heat. Okay, did everyone get the same thing? Yes? Okay, where do we have questions so far?
That's like 0.46. It's 0.46.
That's what we got so far. Anybody else? Longoria, we need to be unplugged right now.
So nothing's playing.
Nothing should be in your ears, whether it's playing or not. Anyone else?
Hold on, I'm doing it.
Nino, I shouldn't have to say it more than once. I already told 2 other people. Okay, where is it that we need another example or help? We sure?